One eerie night, a lone rider was cruising down a seemingly empty road. It was just him, his motorcycle, and the deep, suffocating blackness of the night. A camera mounted on his bike recorded the journey. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. That is, until he turned the camera toward himself. In that brief, chilling moment, something horrifying slipped into frame. A dark, human-like figure appeared just behind him, twisting what had been a peaceful ride into something far more sinister. Did you catch it? It's faint, but unmistakably there. A shadowy silhouette, almost like a person lurking right behind him. What's unsettling is that the forward-facing camera showed nothing. The road was empty. There were no people, no movement, just the hum of the engine cutting through silence. But the moment the lens turned back toward the rider, the figure emerged. How is that possible? It's as if the camera summoned it. One moment, the rider is alone. The next, an uninvited presence materializes like some ghostly hitchhiker joining the journey from beyond. Could it be a simple camera glitch? A trick of the light? Maybe. But what if it's something else? Some in the comments tried to laugh it off, calling it his ghost girlfriend, but the joke doesn't stick. The figure is too distinct, too real, and it leaves us with something far more disturbing than humor. The creeping fear that he may not have been alone after all. What do you think? Trick of the eye or a true phantom on the road? This is Marcio Palmer. He lives alone with his 2 cats, and up until recently, life had been. It started with small things, strange noises echoing through the house at odd hours. One afternoon, while playing with his cats, he heard the sound of cups crashing in the kitchen. But when he rushed in to check, the room was empty. Later that evening, Marcio sat down to watch something on Netflix. But before the movie could even start, something happened that chilled him to the bone.
Azione. Ciao, sono Elisa e sto andando dai membri della casa.
The door to his room, one he always leaves wide open, suddenly slammed shut with violent force. Shaken, Marcio walked back to the living room, only to see the light above him trembling on its own. Still trying to stay calm, he sat back down, determined to brush it off. But the activity didn't stop, it escalated. Objects began moving on their own. Doors closed without warning. Knocking sounds echoed from unseen corners of the house. Whatever this was, it was getting more intense and more hostile. Despite the fear, Marcio kept recording. He now believes moving in alone might have been a mistake, and warns that sometimes being alone can attract the wrong kind of presence. Do you agree? The Observer. Reddit user Tom Tanker shared an experience so bizarre it left both him and his family completely stunned. It started like any other quiet evening. They were all relaxing in the living room when a sudden notification from their outdoor security camera caught their attention. Expecting to see something routine, they gathered around the screen, but what they saw was anything but ordinary. A tiny, shadowy figure scurried past the side of their house, moving quickly and upright on two legs. At first glance, it almost resembled a penguin, which made absolutely no sense. Tom considered whether it could have been a small child in a costume, but the figure was simply too small. So what exactly did they capture? Was it an undiscovered creature? Something extraterrestrial? Or perhaps a mischievous gnome? Whatever it was, it left them with far more questions than answers. What's your verdict? A group of investigators dared to step into the infamous Dragon Manor, armed only with cameras, flashlights, and nerves of steel. Their goal was simple: to document the whispers of spirits said to haunt the manor's decaying halls. But what they found went far beyond what they were prepared for, a chilling revelation that would shake even the most hardened skeptics.
这什么图？这是清明上河。我操！谁？啊！哎呦我操！我操你妈！回来！你搁门口待着，我看看，我看看咋回事。
And a quiet unease crept in. That's when they came across what appeared to be an ordinary bookshelf. But the moment felt anything but normal. Without warning, the books began to lift one by one, rising into the air with unnatural precision, as if controlled by an invisible force. Their movement was slow, calculated, and undeniably real. Just as the tension began to settle, it escalated again. A nearby mop shifted on its own, sliding across the floor with eerie purpose.
操！哎！啊！我操你妈！我操你爹个老子！哎呦我的妈！哎！我去你妈的！我操你妈！我操！我操你妈！我操！哎！我操你妈！我操你爹个老子！
Moments later, a broom joined in, gliding with a rhythm that felt rehearsed, almost ritualistic. It was as though the house itself had awakened, performing tasks abandoned long ago, guided by unseen hands. The deeper the team went, the more bizarre things became. Eventually, they reached the manor's dining area, and here, the haunting grew bolder. Bowls and chopsticks on the table began to slide and arrange themselves without a single touch.
谁？哎呦我操！哎，谁？出来！谁？哎，谁？出来！谁？我操！现在真的，我瞬间感觉这心土土的现在。操！哎，老魏！我操你妈
！Forming a meticulous display that felt more like a message than a coincidence. This wasn't random poltergeist activity. This was intentional. Intelligent, deliberate. Was it a warning? A ritual left unfinished? Or something far more sinister? Whatever it was, one thing is certain: Dragon Manor holds a presence that defies logic. So, the question remains, did these investigators simply catch a trick of the mind? Or did they awaken something ancient that should have been left alone? You decide. Reddit user Okuki99 recently shared a chilling clip to the ER/Ghost subreddit 1 that left viewers both fascinated and unsettled. The video comes from her friend's doorbell camera, and what it captured is difficult to explain. In the short but eerie footage, a strange, translucent figure appears to drift past a parked car before vanishing into thin air. No clear shape, no sound, just a ghostly presence gliding across the screen. What exactly did the camera catch? The original post offered only a brief backstory, leaving the rest up to our imaginations. But once the video hit r/ghosts, the community lit up with theories. Both the poster and her friend are convinced it might be a ghost accidentally caught on camera, and many in the comments seem to agree. Whatever the answer may be, one thing's for sure: the footage is unnerving, and it's up to you to decide, did this camera truly capture something otherworldly? Or is the truth hiding somewhere in the shadows?